Yo, yo, what up, y'all? This your boy Gary Spencer. How's everybody doing? I want to make this video talking about on 5 games that I felt that should have been on the Sega Dreamcast and why. So first one I'm gonna mention is Afterburner. Now Afterburner I never played Afterburner, but it looks fun. It looks fun and extreme at the same time. It looks pretty addicting. It's also based off of Sega, and it's amazing how they made a copy of an Afterburner game on the Xbox 360 with the graphics looking so real, and the backgrounds and gameplay looked all good and everything compared to the Sega Genesis version. But I felt that they could have put a copy of Afterburner on the Sega Dreamcast, because it probably would have fit in just fine. The graphics would have been nice. The gameplay would have been cool, and it definitely would have been one of those games right there. That definitely would have been one of those fun shooter games right there that you would want to get. So that's one game that they should have put on Sega Dreamcast. Number two is Zero Gunner 2. Now Zero Gunner 2, well, pretty much they put it on Dreamcast, but they put it on the Japanese import. It never came to the US, so they never made a version of the US version of Zero Gunner 2. Because when I saw Zero Gunner 2, I was really impressed. Like, I was looking for that game, but I could not find it, and then found out it was a Japan import. But man, the graphics on that game look so real. The gameplay on that game looked very nice, and the shooting and sound effects, like, everything was on point with that. Everything was on point with that game, and I would have got that game too. If they would have put it on the U.S. version of Dreamcast though. But Zero Gunner 2, oh man, I was looking for that game. I was wondering why I couldn't find it, but that's the reason. But yeah, Zero Gunner 2, they should have put that on the Sega Dreamcast, at least the U.S. version of Sega Dreamcast. Number three is SpiderMan The Arcade. And SpiderMan The Arcade, yeah, I'm not talking about Spider-Man the regular version that's already on PlayStation and the Dreamcast already. No, I'm talking about Spider-Man The Arcade, the one you guys see me playing at the one arcade on my video when I went out one time. And the one that I fought King when I got to the level, and I fought Kingpin. Now that game would have went good on Dreamcast as well, because like I said, it's one of the arcade games that's presented by that was, I believe, that was presented by Sega. I said the game would have fit in just fine. Like I said, everything would have looked good as far as gameplay and graphics, and I liked that game. It was really fun. That definitely would have been another game that they should have put on Dreamcast, because it would have everybody would have probably been went after that game. And I bet you if it was on Dreamcast though right now, it probably would be high priced though. But hey, that would have been an excellent game on the Sega Dreamcast, the Spider-Man the Arcade. So right there, that's number three. And number four, they should have put is Lost World Jurassic Park the Arcade. Now the Lost World Jurassic Park the Arcade version, which they used to have at Dave and Buster's and any other arcade or any other entertainment place that they had it in. That should have been on the Dreamcast as well, because you figure if they were able to put House of the Dead 2 on a Dreamcast and it looked good on there, then I don't see any reason why they shouldn't have put Lost World Jurassic Park 2 on the Sega Dreamcast, because I would have been all over that game for real. I would have been playing it probably just as much as I was playing House of the Dead 2. When I first heard that game came out, they had a version of that on Dreamcast, House of the Dead 2. Man, I got right on it. But the Lost World Jurassic Park, the arcade version, man, if they would have put that on Dreamcast and I knew about it, or if it was on there, meaning I would have grabbed that game. I would have bought that game, and even if it was the last one on Amazon or eBay or whatever. But that was one of my best shooter games. Shooting up dinosaurs, and the dinosaurs actually sounded like the regular original dinosaurs sound effects off of the movie, the Jurassic Park movies, and the game was fun. The Lost World Jurassic Park, and like I said, that would have been a good. That would have been another fun shooter that could have been added to the Dreamcast, but they never put it on there. So, and then so I said, Afterburner, SpiderMan The Arcade, Zero Gunner, and then next game they should have put on next game they should have put on there is XMen. XMen The Arcade. Now XMen The Arcade, the one you guys see me playing, that would have been good on there. And I'm not talking about the one that you guys saw me playing. I'm talking about like the actual one from the arcade. You know, that's another game. I think that was no, I don't think it was. It was presented by Sega. I think it was like another Konami game, but still, the graphics and gameplay would have dove right in and fit very well onto the Sega Dreamcast. Because like I said, the Sega Dreamcast itself has some pretty good good looking graphics and some pretty good games itself. You know, when I first seen Dreamcast itself, like I said, I'm thinking like, wow, everything look, stuff in the games and people look real in that game. So I think X-Men the Arcade would have fit just fine into the Sega Dreamcast, and definitely would have been an addictive game. You know, pretty cool beat 'em up game that you guys saw me play, X-Men The Arcade. Do regular hits, do combo hits, and the arcade game plays up to like 4 players, and in the Dreamcast, you could play up to 4 players itself. It has like 4 control slots for 4 players to play, but that would have been another good game on the Sega Dreamcast itself. That would have been another good game on the Sega Dreamcast itself. I think it would have did the console really good. So yeah, I think that's all that I have. So excuse me. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. So y'all know what to do. Leave y'all's comments and thoughts down below. Click that thumbs up. This your boy Garrett Spencer. You guys take it easy. I'll see you guys next time. Remember, y'all, once a gamer, always a gamer. Keep on gaming, y'all.